gaming can have. Lisa.
I know, and I think a lot of parents kind of think, oh, video games, you know, it's gotten a lot of bad press recently. We brought our mama nerd in from Nerds on Call, Andrea Eldridge. Okay, first of all, how far along are you now?
I am due at Christmas time,
Aww,
so right
away, my
baby.
It's so fun being in the hospital on Christmas.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to it.
Okay, so video games.
Yes.
Did you play when you were a kid?
I did actually, not nearly as much as my spouse, but you know, I had my hours dedicated to Castlevania as a kid.
I did a lot of Mario Brothers, and I mean, you do hear that it can be good for hand-eye coordination, but there are actually a lot of things that maybe as parents we didn't think about that would be good for our kids with video games, like for example.
Well, there was actually a study that was released by PBS, Media Shift, released a series of articles about our kids and media and how they're using them nowadays, and so what they talked about was what they called a new literacy, which basically talks about as, you know, technology becomes more of a part of our day-to-day lives, interacting with video games, whether it be on a console or on a computer, does teach our kids not just familiarity with computers, but also some problem-solving skills, you know, that otherwise in a classroom setting, kids are, over time, really learn to be afraid of failure. They learn to not answer because they're afraid. It can be embarrassing
when you fail in front of a bunch of other kids.
Yeah, you know, if you've got a whole class or a teacher that's telling you that you're wrong, you're probably not going to try out something new. So the ability to, in a relatively safe environment, try different ways to get to the end result. And it also teaches them that there are often multiple ways to get to the end solution. So that's really helpful too for, you know, as a young adult, that you learn to try things out and experiment.
Safe place to fail.
Yes, absolutely.
What else?
Well, this one is a Warcraft demo. So what I was interested in Warcraft that they talked about was team building and learning to work as a team with a game like an online role-playing game. You know, you have to get a team together in order to reach some of those more advanced objectives. And so you have to learn to, you know, not be a jerk online and how to have, you know, some interpersonal skills, which as a young adult obviously can be beneficial. When it comes to your kids, though, you know, this is something that as adults we can get some benefit out of too, but, you know, obviously you still want to monitor what your kids are doing. You don't want to just send them loose on an online chat line and go, good luck. But
do you recommend that parents learn how to play these too? What is the other ones that you have?
Well, this one's Fable. This one's a good example of a role-playing game. There's so many different genres of games. And another thing that was interesting about this piece was that it talks about there's a benefit to really playing a variety of games because they can all teach you different things. So these types of games can teach you things like, you know, economy and, you know, obviously Sims is
new fun.
Yes. Sims is more of like, you know, again, an interpersonal skills kind of game, but it'll teach you basics of economy, things about cause and effect, and again, the problem solving comes in over and over and over again. So
very cool. This is like Webkins for grown-up kids. All right, Andrea Eldridge, thank you so much. She's our mama nerd from Nerds on Call. Gonna stick around. Coming up, we're talking about online tutoring, even some tutoring that's for free, because maybe you're not that far into the school year and already you can't help your kids anymore with their homework. Maybe it's already above your head. That's coming up in the 9 o'clock hour, so stick around. Back to you guys.
Elise, thanks.